Previously on Story Hoard.
In your research, have you ever run across anything that can kill a god?
Trying to find some sort of means of leaving a mark on a being of pure magic like a god. Well, frankly, it's a bit outside my wheelhouse, but wouldn't it be nice to hit back, to let them feel what we feel every day?
Take a look at that notebook and just kind of skim through the different notes.
One of the more recent entries seems to be breaking down a set of relics. They all have some sort of arboreal engraving. He says, old magic, comma, weird magic, underlined. See the tip of the hand staff sticking out.
I'm gonna wave it around.
Mateo, you are overcome with a wave of nausea.
Whatever that was smelled terrible.
In the distance, at his workshop, you see a flash of green and three voices cry out. And we're off. Here we all are, well rested, toothed up.
Don't. No more.
I think there's some context missing there.
Oh, stop.
Teeth. I can't handle it anymore.
No more tooth
This
top?
just keeps
Really?
going from
You don't want to
worse.
talk about calculus and biofilm and ultrasonic scalars.
all
that
of
fun
those
stuff.
sound torturous, and I don't know what any of them are, and that makes them more and more scary.
You want to hear about the nacho chip I wedged into my back molar the other day and it hurt real bad?
Grace, why would you do that?
I wanted nachos. I wanted them too badly. I got hurt for
You
it.
have to start eating slower.
I got big mouth. I got big hungry.
Every night at dinner, we sit down as a family, and Monica and I are eating like our second bite, and Grace is over here like, well, that was a good meal.
I'm efficient.
How fast do you eat?
I don't think I eat that fat. Like, these two are grazers, and I have a good meal in front of me. I'm just focused on eating. So, starting on this episode, we kind of ended on a bit of a cliffhanger. That never happens in this show.
Whoa.
And I think we're going to basically just jump cut back to Mateo and Sildra and figure out how we got to that fun little cliffhanger, the events leading up to it.
You may be wondering how I found myself in this situation.
We just may be. So where we left you two off, Mateo, you were kind of collapsed against one of Nasti's workbenches, recovering from this wave of really intense nausea that overcame you as you were watching Sildra wave this strange, old, weird relic of a hand staff around the air. And as you kind of like caught yourself on the workbench, you knocked over a whole bunch of Nasti's automatons that he had in progress. And as they go flying, you see stray sparks and small magical reactions going off as you essentially break these little magical robots that he'd been working on.
Oh my god. Oh jeez. What I don't think that was good. What just happened?
Probably not. You okay?
I'm fine. But I think that that nasty man is going to realize that we've broken his toys here.
Yeah, we should probably leave or something.
As you two are kind of collecting yourselves, you notice the weird breeze that was picking up inside this workshop while Nasti and Momori were still with you is kind of getting stronger. Things are just getting messier and messier as you pick yourselves up and head for the door.
Are you doing that?
No. Are you?
What? No.
Well, it made as much sense as me doing it.
You use magic, though. You do that stuff.
You've got a glowing eye!
It's made of glass. It doesn't glow. What do you mean? When has my eye ever glowed?
It's... When you see it in a certain light, it, brings out a light of its own, and... forget it. Let's just get out of here.
As you two open up the door, Nasty is directly in front of you with a big smile on his face. He says, there you two are, right where I left you. Now, and he kind of looks past you at the state of his workshop. He's like, oh, what did you do in there? And pushes his way through to assess the damage of about 2/3 of his active projects being kind of destroyed.
There was a breeze.
The wind did this. And he's holding up one of his broken automatons, the little dancing horse from earlier. And he looks heartbroken at it as it kind of weakly kicks one leg and lets off one last spark before just falling apart in his hands. And he looks over at the two of you and he says, I believe Momori when she says she has no affiliation with any of your town gods. But you two, I am just barely letting myself trust. So there had better be a good explanation for the state of my private workshop. And he's walking closer to the both of you. That isn't sabotage.
Listen, we got curious, we poked at things. I will be the first to admit that we messed up here. I just picked up a stick. I didn't know I was gonna do all this.
Yeah, I hate the gods, so I don't understand what's going on here either.
A likely story, as he starts kind of trying to hastily clean up the mess. He says, for someone who hates the gods, you certainly know how to act like quite the little tempest. Wouldn't be surprised if you were an acolyte of that storm god bastard.
Excuse me?
The wind starts picking up even more, and without a doubt, it's not a cross breeze. It is not any sort of incidental door left open. There is a small whirlwind tearing through this workshop that all of you are kind of looking around at as you see heavier objects now being tossed about.
Sildra kind of does a presentation pose towards the storm and looks at Nasty the wind.
We told you it was the wind.
No shit, it's the wind. Who summoned it? We're in a closed wagon.
It's drafty.
This mini storm inside this workshop is picking up fervor, and as it gets stronger and stronger, the bag of relics that Sildra was playing around in knocks over onto the floor and scatters the hand staff, the brooch, the handful of other related relics that you read about in Nasty's notebook. And as they fall to the floor, they take on an otherworldly green sheen. And the remaining sparking automatons that, still have their magic weakly firing off, really start firing off as this whirlwind is blasting, sparks are flying, and this green light starts to grow brighter. And the heady magical scent that filled the cabin before is being overtaken. It's the smell of pine and cedar, like a forest that sprung up right in the middle of this wagon. but underneath it, there's also the smell of something rancid and rotten. It smells like decay. And Nasti's head is whipping around. He's looking at the both of you, and he's looking at the bag of spilled relics as they keep glowing and getting brighter and getting brighter. His eyebrows fly up, and he says, "Oh shit," as one last blast of light goes off, and you all hit the ground with the force of the blast that happens. It shakes through this wagon, and then everything is still again. The wind has died down, the sparking magical artifacts have quieted, and the bag of spilled relics continues to glow that sickly green before quietly fading back to their present state.
Are we good?
Yeah, is everyone sound out for roll call?
Nasty kind of peels himself up off the floor, eyes closed as he's kind of like patting around looking for his black glasses before putting them on his face. And he looks up and he says, "Well, that was some weird shit."
You don't say!
You're kidding me! What is your garbage doing?
He's genuinely kind of dazed. He says, "My garbage didn't do that. The relics that I pull apart and reassemble, they're not strong enough to cause a tempest like that or explode with that kind of magical power."
Shut up right now. Your bombs blew up a temple. Or so I've heard. So, what? They couldn't knock us down and be totally fine afterwards? It's not that big of a deal. Garbage light display.
He gets up and he walks over to one of his workbenches with the destroyed automatons on it, and he picks them up. And as he rolls them in his hands, you can tell that if there was any trace of magic or enchantment or blessing left on it, it's gone now. These are just, trash on a desk at this point, as he kind of holds them in his hand and glances down at the discarded relics that fell out of the bag. And he walks over to it, and he picks up a brooch. And as he inspects it, he says, "You wouldn't happen to recognize this symbol, would you?" And kind of shows it to the both of you. The symbol in question being a 12-pronged seal with, it looks like a sword running through it. It's fairly unremarkable, along with the rest of the brooch. It's carved out of some sort of stone or granite with a fastener on the back. You don't know who this is, do you?
No.
No.
Well, whoever this is, or whoever these came from, clearly knows how to make a mess. And he kind of rolls the little brooch in his hand. He says, "I'm not quite sure who this god is, but clearly they have some lingering hold in this world." Let's jump to Momori. How are you feeling after that nice long shower of kind of thinking the day over? How's Momori holding up? She's been through a lot today. This is more me just being like, Momori's had a lot going on. She just washed off her own blood off of her throat after very nearly dying. How's she
And then
holding
being
up in all this?
magically brought back from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
Momori feels good right now. She feels great. Everything's fine. She's definitely not ready for her friends to blow themselves up with stupid magic toys that she had left them with for 5 minutes. Momori was gone for 5 minutes, and these two have created some sort of explosion light thingy.
You love
Aliens.
us.
I don't know. Am I reacting to before Flash, after Flash? What am I reacting to here, Grace?
We can say you're getting out of the shower space. You're, dressed and ready to go. And yeah, you see this flash. You hear the raised voices and see the commotion. And see the flash of brilliant green light coming from Nastu's workshop.
Okay, Momori runs towards the light. Momori doesn't want to, but Momori runs towards the light and flings open the door and stares. I don't know what I'm looking at, but Momori's ready to fight.
Yeah. Momori, you come in swinging as you see Sildra and Mateo kind of up on their feet staring at the mess around them, Nasti holding on to this little object in his hand, looking as dumbfounded as you've ever seen him. He seems like someone who's usually able to keep a pretty cool composure, but he seems, yeah, just kind of dumbfounded at everything that transpired in here. And he looks up at you kind of in a daze and he says, Momori.
What just happened?
What's up?
I left you guys for literally like 5 minutes, and you made magic explosions. Like, are we all okay? What's the threat? Do we need to magic punch something?
Nasti kind of wordlessly flicks this little object in his hands over to you, Momori.
Whatever it is getting slapped out of orbit. And I specifically am going to slap it aside, like away, like in whatever direction is away from Momori.
Yeah.
Not touching that. No, I don't know what's going on. There was a green flash. I'm not touching anything. Momori is not okay right now.
At that, Nasti kind of snaps out of it a little bit, and he's like, "Well, it's okay. I think."
Why would you throw that at her?
I think we can all agree that no one should be touching these magic things. No one. We should just not touch the magic things. Never. Never again.
I think for once I agree with her.
This thing just set
Thank
off
you.
like some kind of seismic blast, and you just flick it on over to a random girl. Like I don't understand. Wait, you're running sort of a shit show here, aren't you, guy?
He kind of shakes his head, and this group scolding, I think, kind of brings him back to himself. And Nasti says, "My bad. Forgive me, Momori."
It was your bad. I do forgive you because you fed me delicious food. But please keep your magic away from me. That goes for everyone. You know what? Momori grabs a box, stands on it. I would like no magic again ever. Thank you. Momori gets off the box and pushes it aside.
A rousing speech. Nasti puts his hands up. He says, "Admittedly, not one of my better moves. What I wanted to ask you, Momori, was if you, by chance, recognized this sigil. Whatever set off that magical reaction. It didn't come from any of my relics, that's for sure. My relics are weak, picked apart, at this point, powerless pieces of garbage, yes. But these things that I managed to acquire from a very generous traveler on the road.
Oh Lord, did you steal these? If it's... I'm not gonna...
It's not stealing if I give him, something in exchange, and in exchange for his bag of very curious relics. And he's saying this as he's rifling through the spilled relics on the floor. He says, in exchange for these fascinating little knickknacks, I gave him some of our finest merchandise.
You mean one of these? Mateo pulls out the like t-shirt or whatever the hell it is.
Yes, exactly.
Mistakes again. They're Lululemon. This clown troupe is actually Lululemon in disguise. They've got like the leggings. They're branded. They've got they're spreading their merchandise. They're spreading their marketing. This is their marketing strategy.
It's a very powerful look, to be sure.
Oh my gosh. Okay, DM question. Momori doesn't know about gods. Should I roll even a religion check to figure out if I know this by chance, Grace?
Yes. Okay.
I'll do that. I got my dice out expressly for this purpose. Okay, I need to see what my modifier for religion is.
I'm fairly well uncertain. It's a negative for Momori.
Yeah, it's probably like a -10 in all reality, but my D&D Beyond is like it's +0. Also, that was a 4. Momori knows nothing.
Yeah, okay.
Momori just stopped short of poking her eye out with the pendant or whatever Nasty had tried to hand her.
Yep, that's totally understandable.
Yeah, if it's about gods or magic or anything, I can be of no help to you. I actually stay away from that stuff.
Wait, Nasty, did the man who you got these things from have a big ol' scar on his face?
Perhaps? To be fair, he had that to begin with. We didn't give that to him.
Yes, no, scars happen after a time, and it's healed. Yes, I'm aware of these things. Okay. I know what I need to know.
Wait, that was my new friend. Hold on. Wait.
The guy whose name you definitely remember.
A dear friend.
His I have it here written in my notes. I like him a lot, actually. Abis.
Yes. I genuinely can't remember this man.
Well, that's because you didn't meet him.
You weren't there.
Sildra.
Okay.
You weren't there.
Sildra was not there for that interaction.
Sildra was, like, puking about a griffin at that point.
Okay. That explains it.
Okay, I do know who you're talking about, and I would respectfully request that you return these items to him at your earliest convenience, and I just need you to tell me that you will, because I don't want to know where these things are, or what they are, or anything about them else, really. I just need you to tell me that you will.
Don't know who this man is. I don't know where he went.
Momori, I have a suggestion.
I feel a moral obligation to make sure Abis gets his items back, Nasty. So I need you to tell me that you'll return them. Okay,
Hello?
yes, Mateo?
Yes, that man, he was heading to Harth, where we happen to be going next.
This is the exact situation I was trying to avoid.
What, you want Nasty coming home with us?
Oh, that's not happening.
No. I want him to lie to me and tell me that he'll take them to Abis. I don't want to have to carry more magical items, Mateo.
Momori, we already have to take some magical shit home with us. You clearly seem to care about this person that I've never met before, so if we want them to have their stuff back, we can just bring it.
I'm sorry, did you say you're already carrying magical stuff back with you?
Yes, my eyeball. Are you happy now?
Yes, exactly.
All right, hands up. Listen, these relics that he kind of gestures to, he's like, are clearly more trouble than they're worth. If you want to give it back to that absolute weenie of a historian, take them back to him. If you're on your way, he can have them. These things have destroyed the last 6 months of my work. I'd really rather not have to deal with them.
All right, Mateo, since you generously offered to bring these items back to Abis, you can carry them, since you're so interested in him getting his items back.
Yes, I'm very interested in giving him his items back.
you the one who said you wanted him to promise he'd give it back?
I did. As I stated before, I wanted him to lie to me, so I would not feel this moral obligation, but I guess we're carrying magic items.
If you want something done right, Momori.
And with that, Nosti throws all of the weird relics that he had acquired, and for the sake of it, he throws in the couple of pages of his notes about them in with the bag. He's like, maybe he can figure out something worthwhile to do with all of this junk, and hands the big burlap sack of relics over to you three. He claps his hands and says, well, now that we've thoroughly destroyed my workshop, what say we all turn in for the night? And more or less pushes the three of you out of his workspace.
Excellent.
Campsite's behind the big top. Everyone should be there. There's a hammock, and you'll figure it out. As he closes the door behind him.
Wait, like one hammock?
Yeah,
or
one
multiple
hammock.
hammocks?
Through the door. You'll figure it out. There's like 100 clowns to help you.
You know, maybe they turn the tent into one huge hammock and they all sleep in that.
Ah, there you go.
Like a cuddle puddle or like a nest of clowns? What do you call multiple clowns?
What do you call a group of clowns? A flock?
A
A
cluster?
murder?
The three of you make your way
Good
to,
night,
to
Dusty.
the back of the big top as you're having this just stimulating conversation.
I check how many rings I have on.
You have all your rings still.
Momori gently checks for her liver.
You have your liver Momori.
Good. Thank you, DM. Thanks, God. I really needed to hear that information.
As the three of you get to the campsite behind the big top, you see 3 sleeping mats rolled out, kind of on the off side of where the rest of the clowns kind of are grouped together, and you see a little note with a crudely drawn little smiley face in a jangly cap that's clearly like a very rough drawing of Bobino smiling, and crude drawings of the three of you with like smiley faces and little Z's coming out. Just like, yeah, this is where you guys will be staying tonight.
Wait, is this a plot of land? Is this a tent, Grease? I missed it.
These are like 3 sleeping mats with a handful of blankets and a pillow each.
Oh, perfect. Momori faceplants into the pillows and curls up into a ball.
Hey, aren't you going to share?
Momori tosses out a couple of pillows.
They hit Sildra in the face.
Retreats further into her cloak. She has wrapped up her cloak basically as a blanket, and she's now a pill bug.
Mm.
Momori's died once today. Sorry.
Okay, Mateo just like kicks the blankets with his boot to like make sure there's nothing like hidden in them.
There's not. They're blankets.
Not even like itching powder or something.
They're
Like
wool.
some kind of clown prank.
I think you shake one out and you like there's a stray bell from one of their outfits. But other than that, like, yeah, it's just kind of like a musty wool blanket. It's probably itchy. It smells a little bit like a petting zoo, but otherwise, perfectly harmless.
I inspect the bell.
Jingle. Ring ring.
I smell the bell.
It smells metallic.
What kind of metal? Copper? Aluminum?
It's a shitty brass bell off of a clown costume.
I put it in my bag.
My god.
Bell acquired. Fine, add it to your inventory list. A regular bell.
Hey, Mateo looks at Sildra, is just like, You never know what could be like enchanted these days.
I suppose so.
Momori has like 50 rocks in a bag right now, on the off chance one of them is magic.
Sildra slowly turns towards Mori. What?
Not giving them anything. Momori is fast asleep right now, or trying to be.
Oh, they're gonna be annoying. They kind of go over and poke Momori on the side of the head, and just keep doing that until she responds.
Swats with her hand. Like,
They have several siblings. They are used to this.
Mori, like, continue swatting. Roll to swat! Can I roll to swat, Grace?
Sure.
Thank you.
Counter roll to
appreciate
keep
it.
poking.
Oh my god. Literally, each of you roll a d20 and then fight it out.
Ooh, I got a 15 plus.
Wait, what are you modifying?
What are we adding to this?
It's athletics or dexterity, Grace. Sleight of hand.
Make it strength.
Strength? Just straight up and down strength?
Just slap the hand. Should I do dexterity then?
Fine.
Duh. Yeah, okay. 18.
That's a 16 for me.
16 plus what?
It's 13 plus 3.
Okay. Yeah, Momori, you like
You broke my finger!
They wasn't intended to damage.
I mean, what were you trying to achieve here?
And, I feel as though Momori was, like, just trying to achieve maybe grabbing Sildra's hand. Like...
Not with the strength. With the strength, you smack Sildra away hard enough that, Sildra, you stumble back. So Momori kind of, whaps her whole forearm into your stomach.
Oh. What the hell?
Momori does not respond. Momori, pill bugs more.
Momori, do you need something to sleep with? And Mateo, pulls out the head of the rabbit, just, peeking it out of his bag.
Momori peeks an eye out. Go to bed. I am so tired right now. How are you two still awake?
Why do you have a bag of rocks?
Because the stupid mossy one healed me, and then it was a relic from the temple that had been, I guess, God touched, which is awful already. And then I threw it because...
Guys. Enough.
I'm tired. Can we please just sleep? I just want to sleep.
Sildra will take a blanket for themselves and the one that was meant for Momori and make a little sort of fortress for themselves where they're just covered in blankets, and they'll start practicing card trips.
Mateo peeks under the blankets. What are you doing?
You want to join? Just doing some magic tricks.
Magic tricks, or...
No. Sleight of hand, sort of,
Oh, yeah.
They snap their fingers and then pull a coin out of your ear.
Teach me.
Okay. What do you want to learn?
I don't know. How did you learn how to do these things?
I mean, I spend a lot of time alone, and, you see enough people around at town and in the temple, and you pick up on things. I don't know, just kind of happens. I guess I have a lot of free time.
I taught myself how to pick locks when I was a kid because my mother, she would lock the sweets away.
See, now that's useful.
Not yet, really, but yes, maybe someday.
If I teach you how to do sleight of hand tricks, can you teach me some basic lockpicking stuff?
Sure.
All right.
Surrounded by criminals.
Just like mumble that in your sleep.
Basically.
You're not wrong.
I haven't sleep yet. It's been like 5 minutes and you guys are talking.
We're just talking under 2 blankets right next to you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't imagine they're huge blankets. I don't know.
Sildra just knows how to make things bigger on the inside.
Exactly. It's one of their tricks. Yeah, they'll teach him some coin tricks then, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, do we want to say that you guys have this fun little like teaching moment? I don't know how long you want to do this for before you both decide to kind of turn in for the night. Do you want it just to be like a teaching thing, or do you guys have anything else you want to like discuss with each other?
So, you and your mom, I don't really see you around town very much.
No. Well, she goes out of town for work a lot.
So like you're home alone a lot?
Yes. I used to go out of town with her, but I don't really do that anymore. So I guess I just kind of go from home to the library. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Respectable, I guess. You like books? I'm just realizing I don't really know a whole lot about you.
Yeah, and I don't know that much about you either. Like, but I am interested. Are you going to be wearing this clown outfit to bed too?
I mean, wasn't gonna change out of it, no. It's surprisingly comfy.
Does it work as like a eye mask as well?
Oh, I'm taking that off. But
Okay.
it, has like a mysterious quality to it. It's fun to wear.
Right.
Do you want to try wearing one?
Come on, everyone else has done it, Mateo.
Where did they put this outfit on you?
Sildra, like, throws off the blankets and stands up and is just like, come on, I'll show you. And we'll kind of lead him over to the tent where they had the sort of montage.
Yeah, when you get to that tent, it's empty. You know, it's essentially a dressing room for the troupe during performances where they get ready. So there are a few tall mirrors full length to kind of twirl around in front of. There are racks of cloaks and costumes, hats, capes, drapes, masks. Anything you could need for a clown performance is kind of there for you guys to mess around with.
Are there like any like cape or cloak type things?
Oh, several. I will say almost all of these fabrics are in the same very, very bright, obnoxious red that is the troupe's kind of like staple color. You're not going to find any like blues or greens or like cool tones in here. It's red, it's bells, it's golds. It is gaudy as all get out.
How do they get away with stealing things from people when everything's covered in bells?
I've honestly been wondering the same thing myself. Like, they have really bright colors too. That is not going to blend in.
These guys are quite the bunch. Were you actually considering staying here?
Not originally. I mean, I'm not thinking about it now, really. I came because, and, well, now I'm kind of like, there's some good, I don't know, kind of good people here, I guess. I don't know. Bobino's cute. Um, it feels weird leaving them now.
Obino is very cute. Momori walks in.
Yeah. I thought you were sleeping.
Yeah, well, I was trying to, and then I heard Mateo say he was gonna put on a clown mask, and I was like, I can't not see this, so now I'm here.
Sildra has the most Cheshire cat smile on their face right now.
Momori rolls her eyes.
Momori, they have your color.
I already tried one of these things on. You cannot see in them. Like, I don't know how you would ever be able to fight.
Oh, like the cloak and stuff.
Oh.
There's more than just masks.
Yeah, do you need some shoes? Do you need some platform?
We're not stealing from thieves. I feel as though that would be ironic and very bad.
Why not?
What, are you gonna leave an IOU again? Like,
They're letting us stay here. They graciously accepted us into the group. We're just making our rounds through the camp.
They're giving this stuff away for free. Look at Sildra right now.
They kind of put up their arms as if to say, yes, look at me.
I don't want anything, thank you. This rationale is not doing it for me.
They throw a scarf at Momori.
Whips down. Well, it stares at Mateo.
Mateo, like, looks through, like, the shoes really quick and is like, what are you, an 8?
Absolutely not. I have bigger feet than that. Also, I thought we were dressing you up. I thought that was the point of this expedition. If not, I'm going to bed. I already tried a mask on. I don't know what more you want from me.
This mask has an angry face. I think that one's for you.
Mori holds out her hand.
Yeah, Mateo gives that mask to Momori.
Momori puts on the angry mask. Are you both satisfied?
I can't tell she's wearing anything.
Yeah, what'd you do with the mask? I thought we were the ones that do sleight of hand.
Momori grabs the nearest saddest clown mask she can find and hands it to Mateo.
Mateo just, like, looks at this mask. Is like, why the sad one?
Put it on.
Oh, okay. Fine. Mateo puts it on.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just laughing in character. Just want to make that clear.
Just for clarification, right now we have a sad mask, a happy mask, angry mask.
Yeah.
We are a range of emotions right now.
And cue the starting credits for Inside Out. Alright, enough of this. I'm going back to bed.
It is very late, considering the day you all have had, and the fact that your day started at, the crack of dawn, started with you fighting your teachers. You had several encounters, some godly, some catgirly, and then some godly again. I'd say the three of you are overdue for a solid night's rest.
I pocket the mask.
Okay.
Yeah, Sildra has theirs still.
Aw, very nice.
Mori puts hers back, because she's a responsible citizen. She's not gonna disrespect our hosts like that.
Mateo also grabs the angry one when Momori has left the tent.
Yes, good.
Oh my gosh, criminals.
The three of you lie down to sleep. Sildra and Mateo and Momori, all three of you, I want you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I dislike that. I already have another roll to make here, Grace.
Glad we did all of this wonderful like team bonding, character building moments, all for our characters to all die right now.
Die in their sleep.
No, it's fine. It's fine. And Mateo, yeah, roll your first roll first, and then make this Constitution throw based on that.
Okay.
Constitution is +2, and I rolled a 15, so that's a 17.
Okay.
13 total.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out which one of these is a gosh dang D10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's the diamond one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Diamonds, yeah.
Okay, I got an 8 on that, so I'm good. Oh, Constitution, that was 19 plus 1, dirty 20.
Ooh.
Grody
Dang.
20.
Okay. Mateo and Momori, you both sleep hard through the night. It is very refreshing. Like a log, and if it's better that you sleep dreamlessly, or, you know, maybe you have just a pleasant, friendly dream, you make it through the night with no interruptions. You don't toss and turn. It's very, very peaceful for you. Sildra, on a 13, it's a little more restless. It takes you kind of a while to finally go to sleep, and when you do, it's not quite dreamless, but you can't quite make out what it is that has you waking up feeling anxious. You know, sometimes when your dreams, they're with you for the first 10 seconds after waking up and then kind of fade. Those first 10 seconds are tinted green that fades to an amber, and you get a flash of Harth and a feeling of deep anxiety. And then you wake up, and it's the next morning. And you're not as well rested as Mateo and Momori, but a long rest is a long rest, and you guys are all back up to full. You have all your spell slots back. Way to go.
Finally!
And you're ready to take on another day.
I miss my spells.
Oh god.
Full HP! Full HP!
Y'all are full HP, y'all are nice and rested. Yeah, and as the day is getting started around you, you see all sorts of clowns waking up, putting on their costumes and their makeup for the day. You see Bobino running around, waking up some of the sleepyheads, getting people gathered for breakfast. He waves you guys with a big grin on his face as he goes into the big top where the breakfast line is forming.
Momori follows him.
So does Sildra.
Yep.
They look very groggy.
Mhm.
Momori feels great.
Yeah, the three of you enter the big top and, get your morning serving of some vegetables, some fruits. There are some eggs and bread out as you find a place to sit as a group, and Bobino bounces over with his own bowl of porridge and raisins and sits down and says, So, I was thinking maybe today, now that you guys are, cool with us, we could, we could get you some more clown costumes, and maybe we can work on some of your routines. I had some ideas that I think, the blue one, I think he would be really good, working with, I think, let's see. Oh, there's the Chimera that we have that likes to do tricks. I think he might be good with that one. And then, oh yeah, you seem like you would be really good with scary things. Because you're scary. And you, and he kind of pushes a little scrappy drawing over to Momori. He's like, I have some ideas about maybe your costume and how you might look. We have some options.
It's on the piece of paper. Looks at it.
It's like It's like a cute little stick figure drawing of you, Momori, with a clown mask and some bells in your hair and like a feather boa.
Beautiful.
I love this.
Mateo laughs.
I love everything about this. Before tucks it into her pocket. This is very nice, Bobino, but we're not staying.
You're not? But
No, we have to go back. We have to get back on home.
oh, I thought. Oh, um. Okay, but like this could be your home. Like we have space. I I have a tent, but if you guys need a tent, you can have that one. And now he's starting to get kind of like upset. He's like, "No, but and he turns over to you, Sildra. He says, "You said you couldn't go back."
Like, I want to stay. I don't think your leader likes me very much. I kind of like wrecked his ship the other day by accident. I feel like things would be tense, and I mean, like, you're cool. Like, don't ever stop being cool. I'm not sure if it's the right fit.
Bobby, kid, child.
Bobino.
Looks at you.
We have to do an errand for Mr. Nasty, so that's why we have to leave. He has a very important thing that we need to do.
Oh, oh, you already got a job from the boss? That's pretty cool.
It's not exactly like that. We're Momori shoots Mateo a look. Listen, when you guys come back into town, you can visit us. But we have to go back and we've got some things to do.
I thought we weren't allowed to come back to town. I thought.
Well, that might be a good idea. I would take some time. It would take a minute. But I would like to see you guys again. Especially you. Mainly you. Probably just you, Bobino. Momori ruffles his hair.
He kind of like smiles at that. He's like, "Okay, I mean, I want to see you guys too. Okay, here, let's do this." And he kind of rifles through the pockets of his tunic, and he pulls out one of those printed maps of the range that they were using to advertise the location of the troop. And he kind of like hunches over it with a pencil and starts like scribbling on it with like his tongue hanging out. And he circles a new point on the map. It's further south, so quite a bit of ways south, in fact. He says, "Well, I was kind of overhearing Effie and the boss talking about where we would go next, just to kind of, lie low for a little bit, because like I guess we're not really welcome up around here anymore on account of we did blow up a temple."
Yep, that's all accurate. Glad you understand.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, that probably wasn't
It was a scary
very good of us.
experience for everybody. And I'm sorry you had to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't great. So we're going to go south towards this place. Past the southern waste, down towards the highlands. Lowlands? Highlands. Someplace.
The Draga Highlands?
Yeah. It's kind of very far away, but supposedly that's where we're gonna be. So if you're around there at some point, try and find us.
Omori smiles at Bobino. Yeah, definitely, kid. And remember, even though we're not in your troop, we're still your friends. You can have friends in lots of different places. That's basically what you do, because you guys are a theater troupe, so you're just gonna keep making lots and lots and lots of more friends, including in the Draga Highlands. Just, keep an eye on the cat girl, make sure she doesn't blow more crap up. Or at least more crap with people in it. She can blow up as many temples as she wants. Just no people.
I'll keep that in mind as Gataki walks up behind you with her own breakfast, tail flicking under her robes, sporting a fresh eye patch over her bum eye that actually has like a cute little cat's eye embroidery over it.
Oh. Oh, that's really cute. I mean, ah,
Uh, Thanks.
Momori, like, defensively, um, kind of leans back.
All equally caught off guard.
Mateo continues eating his breakfast, looks up at her, and is like, well, if you want an upgrade, you could go for like a tiger's eye. I think that'd be pretty fitting.
Oh, do you know somebody? Do you have a name I can take?
No, I don't think you're allowed there anymore.
Cat ears flatten back as she says, fair enough. Bobino, Drex is looking for you. I think you should go check it out. And Bobino's kind of like, fine, okay. And he gets up. He's like, okay, but you just like let us know when you're leaving, okay? Like don't leave without saying goodbye. And he runs off back towards the campsite.
Wait, kid. Oh, he's gone. Okay.
He's a portly boy. You could catch up to him. You don't have to just sit here and watch him go.
Eating.
Momori gently pushes, like, grabs Sildra's plate. It will be here for you when you get back.
Sildra slides the plate back towards themselves, maintaining eye contact.
Pulls the plate a little back.
Pulls it back to them.
Gataki is watching this happen. Oh my god.
Momori looks at Gataki and pretends like that didn't just happen.
I can't believe I lost my goddamn eye to you.
Well, to be fair, you definitely won the fight.
Yeah, why are you still alive? I'm pretty sure, like, I was picking bits of your trachea out from under my nails last night.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, I'm sure you were. Magic,
Ugh.
and it was awful. But hey, listen, next time you want to, like, fight not to the death, maybe just more of a friendly sparring match, I'd kind of like to even the score. Not deadly wise, just as in training wise. You're a really good fighter. I wish we'd met under different circumstances.
She's definitely caught off guard by that response. I think Ataki was anticipating more of a confrontation with you, and Momori, you're approaching this as like a friendly rivalry and less of a, oh yeah, we did just have like a to the death brawl.
They're the same thing, Grace.
Yep. Her ears flick back and forth, and she says, well, you certainly know how to throw a punch, and whatever that flail weapon you have is certainly leaves a mark. And she kind of like absently rubs the side of her face that you clocked her in.
Oh yeah, Nugget is great. That's my meteor hammer. But that wasn't Nugget. That was the training head, the non-lethal one. But it's a good weapon. It's a good time.
Uh-huh. Well, the chances of us running into each other are wonderfully slim. So, if I see you around, sure, we can go for a round 2. And this time, I'll try not to rip your throat out, I guess. That was honestly kind of a little bit nasty in hindsight.
Yeah, that sounds great. Momori continues to eat her breakfast.
Oh, and as Gataki turns to leave, she looks back at the three of you and she says, by the way, boss mentioned to me he does want you out of our camp by noon. Um, but he also did say that if you need a lift, you can take Busto to, like, the nearest crossroads as a sign of good clown grace, in his words.
By the grace of the clowns.
A sign of good clown grace. Oh, looks at Sildra. Looks at Sildra. Is that a good idea?
Soldier is trying very hard to not look nauseous. Busto is quite the ride. Do you get motion sick?
I think we'll be okay walking. But thank you, Troop Master Nosti, for offering.
Suit yourself. Enjoy the nice long walk back to that overrated, stupid little village in the mountains.
It's Harth. All right, see you around, Kateki.
She saunters off to her own little corner of the tent. As a number of clowns kind of like try and call out to her, and they're like, "Hey, what's up with your eye?" And she just like hisses back at them, and sits in a corner by herself.
She seems cool.
It's a word for it.
Mm.
All right, I also want to be out of here by noon. So, Sildra, do you need to go say goodbye to Bobino?
I'm not really good at the whole goodbye thing.
You don't need to be good at it. It's not something that you're good or bad at. It's just something that you do.
They kind of mull that concept around in their head. And you get the feeling that this is the wording of that phrase was particularly hard for them to sort of compute. They look like they're short circuiting a bit.
Well, I mean, take your time with your Cheerios. I don't.
Look, whatever, fine, let's just go do the thing.
All right, sure.
The three of you finish up your meal, and just get packed for the road. Your stuff is, where you left it. Nothing seems too out of place. More, you're just dozens of travel bags assembled, including the new bag of weird relics that Nosti handed over to you.
I'm not carrying that. In case anyone's wondering if this was an open question, I'm not carrying that. Momori did not take off the bag she's had on this entire time, this whole time. She wore that while she was sleeping.
That's insane behavior.
She curled into a ball because she was tired.
That's so bad for your back, but okay, fine.
My girl is unencumbered. This D&D rules.
I guess I can carry it.
With all of your stuff assembled together, you make your way to the front of the big top. And the three clowns that greeted you the other day, Tierno, Shaw, and Zaza, kind of look up from where they were at their kind of little booth at the front selling merchandise and show tickets. And they all kind of like wave at you as you make your way through the trader's caravan. And at the outskirts of the caravan, you see Nosti and Effie waiting for you. Nosti smiles at the three of you and says, "I can't say it's been a pleasure, but it's been interesting. And I do love interesting." And he gives a deep bow to the three of you. He says, "Remember our deal? You never were able to quite track us down, and we're going to spend some time well away from your neck of the woods. You won't have to worry about us or any of the townships in and around the Great Range. We've learned our lesson."
Excellent. It was great. Thanks for the food. See you hopefully later rather than sooner.
As you make your way, you hear quick little footsteps running behind you. And Sildra, you are tackled at the knees.
I was about to say, like, wait, no, I still need to say hi to Bobino.
You are tackled at the knees by a weepy Bobino.
Oh, there you are, kid. I was wondering where you got to.
Well, at first I thought if I didn't say goodbye to you, then it's like you wouldn't leave. And then I looked over, and then you guys were leaving. And I didn't want you to go without without this. And from his pocket, he pulls one of your decks of cards, Sildra. You don't know when he grabbed it off of you.
Oh, that's great.
But he hands it back and flips over the top card. And it's just kind of like a set of your traditional playing cards. And the top card he flips over is a Joker card. But on the one side of it, it's scribbled over top with a rough drawing of your face, Sildra. And on the other side is Bobino's little face.
Oh.
Sildra, like, genuinely, like, laughs from their gut, like, seeing that they managed to pickpocket them and then doodle on their cards. It's like a good-natured laugh, and they kind of ruffle little Bobino's hair. And you've never really seen Sildra smile before, you realize? They smirk a lot, but they don't really smile.
Oh.
And they smile down at Bobino and just kind of say, hey, I actually had something I want to give you. And they reach into their pocket and pull out the coin that they'd been practicing with last night. And they twirl it around in their fingers, make it disappear, and then with the other hand pull it out from behind Bobino's ear and hand it to him.
Whoa.
It's a magic coin, so like if you're ever sort of in danger or whatever, you can like hold on to it and it'll help keep you safe.
He closes his meaty little fist around it and holds it to his chest. And he says, thanks. You're really not that freaky. I think you're pretty cool. And he gives you a big hug.
They kind of like freeze at that. They're not quite sure how to react to it, and they just kind of like very awkwardly hug back. It's like, is this where the arms go?
Oh.
They're trying, but they're not quite comfortable with how this works. They're not unhappy with it, but they don't know how this works.
Bobino gives a big sniff, and eventually Effie comes over and puts a surprisingly gentle hand on his back, and she says, come on, little man, let's see them get going. You've got your own stuff to take care of today. Let's go. And she kind of takes him by the hand and starts walking back towards the big top. Nasty gives one more bow and flourish
Dear God.
with a finger to his lips and turns on his heel and follows the two of them back towards the tent.
All right, well, let's go.
Let's go.
The three of you leave the trader's caravan and start making your way towards the main road that will take you back to Harth.
Hey, can I do something on the way back?
Yeah.
Do we pass by the shrine where shoot, what's the mouse? The little boy.
Santoni.
Santoni.
The god of lost things. Yeah, your route back takes you past to the little ramshackle shrine on the side of the road.
All right. Momori walked awkwardly, very stiffly over to Santoni's shrine. Her eyes kind of dart around. She's like, okay, nothing, don't move. I don't like gods. Gods suck. Gods are terrible. However, it was nice that you helped us find the things, and I feel like you were generous, You know what? No, none of these things. Please don't come for us. We appreciate you helping us. Let's not talk anymore. This was awful. Momori bends down and leaves at the shrine, dusts off a little place, and puts a couple slices of banana bread, some sliced cucumbers, and a handful of trail mix. And then she walks away.
I would like to try and sleight of hand put the bell, the little brass bell, on the shrine without people noticing, aka without it jingling as it goes down.
Sure. Give it
Okay.
a roll.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So that was a 1.
Ooh.
Ooh.
My
Ooh,
sleight of hand
okay.
is +5, but it was a 1.
We've been super inconsistent with how we treat
I mean, that bell fucking
ones the
jingled.
last few
Everyone heard
episodes.
that.
That bell, you went to like sneakily drop the bell, and then tripped, and not only did the bell jingle, you like crashed into the
Oh,
shrine.
come on!
The shrine itself was already in pretty bad shape. You have bodied this thing. You got into the banana bread Momori had just left. You've made an absolute mess of the remaining relics and half-melted candles there.
Momori peeks around from behind the tree. Are you okay, Mateo? I heard a crash and I instantly took cover.
Mateo like rolls over onto his back on his obnoxious wolf skin thing he's wearing. He's like, I tried to do something nice, and this is what it gets me.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't do that anymore.
Yeah, that usually doesn't work out.
Yeah, okay, noted.
Mateo, from your place on the ground, where you're still covered in bits of old offerings and banana bread, you hear a voice call out from the broken remains of this, what used to be a little shrine. The voice says,
I'm not a vengeful god. I'm not powerful enough for that.
God.
But I'm not going to stand for such disrespect. I'll be taking back what's mine.
and you feel from your backpack the residual warmth from the seeking
Ow.
hair that you've carried seep out.
Santoni, listen, you are the god of lost things. Your shrine is lost now, you're welcome.
I'm the god of lost things, not the god of lost causes.
Ooh!
Burn.
You're gonna need to see a doctor.
Mateo takes the seeking hair out of his bag and he throws it onto the goddamn ground. It rolls down the freaking hill and he walks away. Is that what you want?
Perfect.
Safe travels, humans.
You've just like Joker-fied Mateo in like 5 seconds, Chris.
Everyone's just one bad day away.
Mateo tried to do something nice to a god for once, and this is what it gets him.
Mateo rolled a 1. What do you want?
It could have like fallen down the hill or something. I didn't have to like destroy the shrine with my stupid body.
But you did.
This tracks.
My dumb, gangly body that is just so encumbered by cloth.
That's his choice.
I'm breaking people's little toys. I'm stumbling around in my heels, tip-tapping all over people's offerings.
Mhm.
Mateo is like half-mile down the road at this point. He has stormed off.
Yeah, that breeze has picked up. It's kind of a nice day. It started out fairly clear. The sky is getting increasingly more overcast the longer you guys are out. And with this fun little little hoo-ha. It definitely seems like there are some dark clouds rolling in, which is encouraging you all to pick up your pace to get back to Harth before the rain kicks in. And as the three of you keep walking, and it's getting darker and a little bit colder out, you start to see the outer foothills of Harth start to approach. And in those foothills, you notice a couple of torches lit that weren't there when you left. And you see a couple people standing guard up there with like spears and weapons drawn. And as you get closer to the main iron gates that flank the entrance to the town proper, you three are greeted by about a dozen armed guards that draw their weapons on you as you approach.
Oh. Well,
We don't still have the masks on, do we?
Maybe you do.
No, they don't.
Momori didn't even take hers.
Yeah, Mateo has both of our masks in his bag right
Yeah.
now.
True.
Great. Kalia finally got around to enlisting some more people in the town guard. Alright, hey, guys, we live here, so it would be cool if you let us in. The teachers are expecting us.
Identification, please, from one of the guards.
Seriously, can you get Kalia over here real quick? I really don't want to deal with this. It's been a rough couple of days.
I'm the rude kid with the silly eyeball. Let me in. I'd kick the ground.
One of them mumbles over their shoulder to someone. They're like, "We've got some rabble-rousers over here. You might want to go get the captain."
Yes, please.
They have you three sitting out front, still at sword point, until eventually Kalia pushes her way through to the front with an air of authority that you, Momori, have not really seen on her. She's standing straighter. She seems more confident. And as she sees you, Momori, she breaks out into a big grin, and she starts pushing people aside, saying like, "No, we sent there are our people. We sent them out to go seek justice and get our stuff back. Like, let them in." And they kind of make way for the three of you as Kolya greets you, Momori, with a big hug that sweeps you off your feet.
Momori hugs back. This is very good. My character needed this. This feels so good.
She says, "Ah, man, have we been busy since you guys left. I know it's only been a day, but it's been a busy day here. How are you all?"
Oh, I can see that. We're tired, but she lifts the bag off of her back a little bit. We have some we have recovered some lost relics, so we're doing pretty well.
Her big smile gets even bigger as she says to the three of you, "Knew you could do it. Had all the faith in the world. Really, this is so great to hear. Come on in. Things are a little different from the last time you were here, but hey, home is home, right?"
Yeah, sure.
As she fully pushes the other guards like out of her way, kind of rudely, and you hear some mumbles from the ranks of them. She throws an arm around you, Momori, and smiles over her shoulder at Mateo and Sildra as she leads the three of you back into Harth.
in Grace's defense with the nachos, that is a very common thing to happen.
Thank you.
That is a sharp food.
Not my fault.
We can usually tell if you've had chips the day before.
Ooh. Oh no, you see the scarring?
Yeah. We can also tell if you've had, like, pizza, because that leaves, like, a big burn on top of your mouth a lot of times.
Yeah. Guilty for that one, for sure.
Hello, internet. If you're out there, I need to be rescued.
Maddie.
I am captive to this podcast.
Maddie.
Please send help.
Maddie. Do you remember the 3 things I mentioned earlier that you said you had no idea what they were?
Yes.
2 of them are in your mouth right now.
No! Disgusting! I wrote one of them down, and disgusting. This is
Brush your
terrible.
teeth! This is why we floss.
I do floss. I floss in the morning, and I made it a habit, and I have this habit. Can we...
Maddie is not enjoying tooth time tonight, I guess.
Maddie, I love you.